in an eclipse. And verse 18, and it was of his own free will that he gave us birth as sons by his word of truth, so that we should be a kind of first fruit of his creatures, a sample of what he created to be consecrated to himself. Wow. Wow, y'all. So, counting it all joy. Count it all joy. I don't know if y'all remember this. I don't know, it was this little boy I was singing one time. I don't know if you've ever heard him, but I was just going to give my talk about him. Is that he was singing this song, Count It All Joy. And for us, it's counted all joy when we come into diverse temptations or different things, because it's going to birth out in us a deeper relationship with Christ, a more patient, a faith, a working patience. I'm talking about your faith, it worketh patience. And so as patience, we allow patience to complete us, then patience have her perfect work, that you may be perfect and entire, wanting nothing. You are complete in him. So James starts out related to faith. And what does he mean? You know, it's laid out. And it's so important. I guess this is why God gave me James today, because as I was thinking about it, and because I was going to do something different, but how many know? I don't go against what God says. I do. And this James 1 really was important, because all he's been telling me for the last few weeks is trust me. Trust God. Trust me. Trust me. That's the only two words. Trust me. Was all he's been saying. Trust me. And I would just say to anyone, as I'm reading James, and if you read it in each verse and take it as it is, it's trust, faith, and wisdom. And to hold on to what God has given us. And he says that we'll be blessed when we endure these temptations. And when we are tried, we shall receive the crown of life, which the Lord has promised them to them that love him. So it is so important to really just grow your faith. And the way to grow it is when you're going through trials and you realize, is this one of those tests? It's an open book test. You get to stress and get to having different things going on, start praying. Start praying and giving God glory. Start thanking him. But main way to do that is to raise up your hands and give God glory. Tell him thank you. Just start blessing him. Just start praising him. Just start worshiping. The way to get through a lot of trials and temptations is worship. Worship. Praising him. Glorifying him. Magnifying him. Lifting up his holy name. Even in the midst of trial and temptation and pain. Sometimes we want to control things. And one thing we don't have is control. We can't control nothing in our lives. Nothing. And the best way is to let go and give it to God. Release it from your hand and give it to God. And so I praise God for him just continuously working on me related to that. But also, as I think about how important it is to really work on your closeness with God and when you're going through things. Psalms, some of the Psalms are so beautiful. But one thing that I learned the other day, I was thinking about something, I was going through some things, and I turned on the TV and a man started preaching about Psalms 46 and 10. And he says, "Be still and know that I am God. I will be exalted among the heathen. I will be exalted in the earth. The Lord of hosts is with us. The God of Jacob is our refuge." Y'all. And he's just like, drop your weapons. Drop your weapons. This battle not yours anyway. Be still. Relax. Rest. And back up. It's not your battle. And even when you're in, sometimes the temptations can be so overwhelming. But the best way, if he says, "My brother, count it all joy," I start worshiping. And it does change everything about how you see it. And you can understand when it says, "Count it all joy." You just start worshiping and giving God glory, even in the midst of pain. A sacrifice of praise. A sacrifice. And honestly, from a pure heart. So I just thank God for this evening. I thank him for the review on James 1 through 18. I didn't go any further, but I just want to say that I pray that you have a beautiful weekend. I pray that if you're going through any trials or temptations or going through some things that you just don't really know how you're going to make it, turn it over to God. Ask him for wisdom. Even if you think you have it, but even if you do, ask God. Ask God first. Ask him. His wisdom, no one can compare. No man. I don't care how much anybody got on this earth. No one has wisdom of God. And the beginning of wisdom is the fear of the Lord. So to have that wisdom in the beginning is the fear of the Lord. Start there. And that's to reverence him, respect him, honor him. So, thank you for joining Fight the Good Fight of Prayer/Faith. And I'm going to leave you with a song. But I also want to thank you for each and every one for coming to this podcast. You didn't have to. But I thank God that you did. If one person is blessed, then God is glorified and honored. Because I want God to be glorified and honored. Him to be lifted up. He said that if I be lifted up from the earth, I'll draw all men unto me. So we're going to lift him up. So be blessed. Have a wonderful weekend. And I hope that you enjoy your family. Love on each other. And no matter what you're going through, give it all to God. Trust God. Count it all joy. Trust God. All right? God bless. Dawn. Here's a song. Jesus can work it out. And he can. God bless you.